The moment you start writing in a study log or a study journal, you will see amazing increase in productivity when you're studying. Hi, my name is Arjen and I help busy people study smarter. If you're interested in this, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Now, I have a question. Imagine this. You're having 90 seconds to create a wonderful breakfast. Only 90 seconds, and after this minute and a half, you have to eat what you prepared. Nothing more, nothing less. Would you be able to do this? Would you be able to create a nice breakfast in 90 seconds? Well, what if I told you you would only have 19 seconds from now on the rest of your life? Would you be able to create a nice scrambled eggs, some coffee, fresh fruit, all in this 90 seconds? Would you be able to do that? It requires probably a little bit of planning and also a lot of skill to do that. Well, the same is true for studying. You only have a limited amount of time a day to study. So you have to make the most out of that time in order to get the most out of your studying. That's why we create a study routine. And I talked about that in a previous video. To become a more productive student, you have to develop your skills. And in order to know which skills you have to develop, you have to figure out what you need to develop, of course. Now, this is where we will use a study journal for, or a study log, or a learning log. This shows you exactly what you need to be doing to improve your study methods. Traditionally, a learning log is something that helps you to reflect on what you studied. It shows you what you experienced during studying. It helps you to understand what you felt and what you can do with the information. So a learning log helps you to understand the information better. I don't use it that way. Let's go back to the kitchen analogy. The kitchen, with all the recipes that I can create, I don't think about the recipes in the kitchen. I only want to know how can I use this kitchen most efficiently to create a breakfast in 90 seconds. So I only think about productivity in the kitchen and not on the meals itself. I use the kitchen to prepare the meals. I use my study techniques to study smarter, any topic I want. Now let's get really practical. Over the next 10 days, for example, or next week, keep note of what you are studying and how you are studying this. The how is very important. Make sure that you analyze how you study and what needs to be improved to become a better student. Now, I use a spreadsheet for this, and I will have a link in the description below so you can access that spreadsheet as well. That will help you to become aware of what you need to do in order to become a better student. In the spreadsheet, I write about what I did. I tell myself what went well, what can be improved, and what I want to focus on next time. So the next time I start studying, I'll just take my spreadsheet and I see, okay, this is what I need to focus on this time. And so I focus more on that part, and I again write in my study log, this is what I experienced, this is what needs to be improved, and this went well. And so I try to become a better student every time. So here we are in the study log. This is the sheet that I use to record what I did and what I experienced using my study techniques. For instance, my study goal could be to study 5 pages in 25 minutes. And after studying for 25 minutes, I stop and I use this sheet to log what I did. For instance, what I did was I studied 4 pages. And what was good was that I understood what I studied. And my reading went really well. What needs to be improved? Well, my focus. I was distracted by sounds around me. And I have to stop wasting time mind mapping too much, because I noticed that I was making too much of an effort to create a nice mind map. So next time, what will I do? I will use music to block sounds, and I will try to create a practical mind map. So these are the things that I note in my log to make sure that next time I can stop before I start with my studying, and I look at this and I think, okay, what will be my goal next time? Well, my goal will be 5 pages in 25 minutes. I also added a little notes section. In this I can write what I studied, or I can write something about the way I used to study this time, and if it felt natural, if I updated my routine for studying. I also wrote a little reminder section about this below this log. For instance, I can write that I studied so many pages, I used music, I was really in a flow state, I created good notes, had any breakthroughs, what I memorized or what I read, if I enjoyed studying, and if I made any questions or have any questions for myself next time before I start to study. So next time, I'll just take my spreadsheet, I have a look at it, and I see what my goals are, and what I need to improve when I'm studying. In my example, for example, yes, I can do that. I quickly see that I will use music to have better focus, and I will use the Pomodoro technique, so I will focus better in a certain block of time. On one side there will be a card telling you where the Pomodoro video is that I created. The results of this are simple. First thing, I will become more focused when I'm studying by just using this study log. The second thing is that by working this way and by improving all the time, I will be more productive and I will get more done. And the third thing is, it will be a very nice way of knowing what I did, like last week, last month, maybe even last year, how I was studying then and how I improved over time, just by keeping a simple sheet which tells me this is something that I changed and this is something that I worked on. Just as you can learn to create a wonderful breakfast in just 90 seconds, you have it in you to become a much better student. So keep a study log, know what you will improve, and know how you can achieve that by simply using the journal or the study log and knowing each time what I need to improve. Now in this video you learned that daily improvement starts with keeping track of how you study and what you do. And if you do that, you will see that you will become a better student. Now use the spreadsheet that I linked in the description for this, because it's just a very simple way and it doesn't take that much time. It takes maybe, 30 seconds, a minute to fill in the information for that day, and the next time you know how you can improve again. If you have any questions on this, let me know. Comment down below the video or visit the website, there's a link in the description. When you feel this information is helping you, or at least you're getting a glimpse of what you can do to become a better student, click on the thumbs up so I know that you liked it and that Google knows that you will be interested in this stuff. Also, use the learning log right now. Go into the description and download the sheet, because now that you know, use this to grow. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.